Shalom Care, grooming essentials for the modern man of color. Shalom Care, grooming essentials for the modern man of color. Paraben-free, peace with care. For beard mousse, armpit mousse, or jock mousse, visit shalomcare4u2u.com. Shalom Care.
Brand disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this platform by individuals, callers, or invited guests are their own. The information you hear does not reflect the overall views of all parties associated with the brand. We encourage everyone to research all things heard live or via archive for edification purposes. Discretion is advised.
Help keep the show on the air. If you want to help, you can send your donation through PayPal. The email is debatetalkforyou@gmail.com or through Cash App, $Sal Showtime. Thanks for your support.
Shalom, shalom. You're now tuning in to Debate Talk for You Radio. I am Gabar Alaha, and I'm here to talk about surviving the police with our special guest, Abiyah. We're going to be bringing him in just a moment. Before I begin, I just want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, and the authority of his only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who was commonly called Jesus Christ, and to everyone tuning in now, whether it's live or on the playback. May Yahweh keep you and watch over you always. Just want to give a special shout out to Sal Showtime for allowing us to come again to do this, to do our thing here on this platform. So make sure you guys donate. You guys see the information scrolling at the bottom. So follow all the social medias so that way you guys can stay up to date with everything that's going on here on Debate Talk for You. So like I said, we're going to be talking about surviving the police with brother Abiyah. Going to be bringing him in just a moment. You guys can leave your questions and comments in the chat. Hopefully we can have them for about an hour so that way you guys can share the information. If you guys are on YouTube or on Facebook, there is a free ebook that the brother has provided that you guys can download. He's going to be going more into that, and we're just going to be talking about how to survive the police and how to deal with law enforcement, especially among our people. All right. So let me go ahead and get him in, man. So we don't waste any more time. Let me go ahead and get him in here. Brother Abiyah, welcome to the platform, man. Shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Yes, sir, man. So yeah, it took a long time to finally get you on. So we're just gonna jump right into it. So before we do that, why don't you go ahead and tell the people about your website that you got for this whole thing, and so that way people can know where to check you out at.
All right. You can find what we'll be talking about today at We the People University. What I need to actually do is add a link from Inside the Nation Radio over to We the People University. I'm gonna do that. I just thought about that. So I'm gonna add a link on there as well. But right now you can find it at We the People University. Go over there. As Gabar said earlier, there's a free ebook. We got to understand as a people what we're dealing with, what we're up against, how we're treated, how we're targeted, and statistically how we lead out of all other ethnic backgrounds when dealing with law enforcement. As some of you may know, that I'm a former police officer myself, sheriff deputy, also paramedic, and so just the knowledge I've obtained, I'm trying to give it to our people so we can learn how not to be placed in certain situations. All right, so we're gonna go more into that later, but just you can find the free ebook at WeThePeopleUniversity.com.
All right. So once again, that's WeThePeopleUniversity.com. All the information is there in the description on YouTube as well as Facebook, so you guys can check that out. Be sure to download the free ebook and get informed. All right, get educated. Okay, so while we on that topic, so let's go more into that. Like, what inspired you to kind of start this up? Because it's not a lot of people out here that actually share this information with regard to giving class and stuff like that I've actually seen. They may be out there, but I've never actually seen it from someone that's among our people. So what kind of inspired you to kind of do that?
Well, that's it right there. I didn't see it. That was it. It was a need. And anything you do, you got to find a need, right? And then if you got the ability to fix that need, then you fix it. That's a need for the community. Now, there's two needs here, though. There's two. In order for this to be successful, two needs must be met. One, the need that I'm providing, the information that our people don't have, and two, the need for our people to want to receive the information and put it into play. So there's two needs to make this work. My need to put it out, or our need to put it out, and the people's need to receive it and apply it.
Right. Definitely. And for y'all who haven't downloaded it's definitely a concise ebook. It's very concise and straight to the point. It's simple, easy to understand. A fourth grader could read it. Okay.
Right.
It's real simple. So make sure y'all download this. That way you guys can be informed. Okay. So speaking of you being, because you talked about how you were a former police officer and things like that. Now, being a police officer, it can be a little taboo among our people. So what inspired you to kind of get into law enforcement?
Well, before I answer that, let me just touch on what you just said about how easy the ebook is to read real quick, because I really like to express that point as well. And you're right. Your children can read the ebook. And I made that ebook, also the course that I'll tell you about, I made those that way on purpose. No big legal terms to memorize. No, you don't have to be a police officer, a lawyer, or a judge to understand the law. It's very basic, because we know we have short attention spans, and if it gets too complicated, we're throwing it out. It's too much. So I made it basic for a reason, and it's straight to the point, as Gabar said, and it's going to teach you what you need to do. Trust me, if you get pulled over again, you're going to know, or you're going to be confident and know what's happening, what you need to do, what they need to do, what they can't do. And it's going to change that. All that nervousness, even when you're innocent, that goes out the window when you know 100% what's really going on. All right. But you say, what made me get into policing? Was that the question?
Yes, sir.
Honestly, you hear people like, I want to serve my community. Listen, man, I ain't had none of that BS in my mind. Let's being real with you. This was years ago. Really what made me get into the field was I can't do a regular 9-to-5 job. I hate sitting behind a desk, not Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That structured window, I'm allergic to it. When I say I really hate it, I truly hate it. I can't do it. So I started off with paramedic. And being a paramedic, it gave me the freedom to just move about to roam. It don't feel like I'm at work, and I'm helping people at the same time. I took an interest in police and law enforcement because I can't tell you what really made me take an interest in it. I was learning about it. I always like to learn law. I always was up on that, which is why even if you go to Inside the Nation, a lot of shows I did was based around the law. That's one of the biggest things I do. It's always law. So I can't really pinpoint it, but I knew it was something that drove me that way. And I'm glad it did, because now I'm able to use that information to give back to our people, because not a lot of people out there doing it.
Yeah, it's not. So let me go back to or maybe we can dig into that later, because you were talking about how what you provided for the people is real easy and concise. So I actually had my wife grab this off of the bookshelf before we went live. So I actually got this book. So is this something that you would suggest to people to kind of study up on as well?
Dictionary of law. I mean, yeah. I mean, it actually depends on the level of person, right? And I tell people this all the time. Most people try and go really deep into the law, right? That's not what you need to do. Unless you're going to become an attorney, some type of paralegal, something. Okay, cool. Most people, when they have their rights violated, follow what I'm about to say now. Most people, when they have their rights violated, it's not because they don't have a deep understanding of the law. It's because they don't have a basic understanding of the law. Look at it this way. You can't go through the book of Leviticus and start breaking down all the ritualistic sacrifices and everything else and all of. You don't even know the 10 Commandments. Right? You don't even know the 10 Commandments yet. So, well, I say that to say this. So many people have been pulled over and had, for example, their Fourth Amendment violated. So many people have left $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 sitting on the side of the road because they have no clue. Because what most people believe is to be unreasonably searched or seized or is to be snatched from your car, is to be beat up by the police. But no, it's something as simple as you sitting on the side of the road on a traffic stop for 25 minutes when you only should have been there for 10 minutes. You probably left 100,000 sitting right there. And and I'm saying that because it is. That's a very, very basic thing that people don't know because people don't read. We're so quick as people, especially Israel, we're quick to try and always shoot for the deep waters. Never walk through the shallow parts. Never got the foundational information, and we shoot for the deep waters. What you want to do, you want to learn your basic rights, all right? You want to learn your basic rights. And if you have to go into a court somewhere, when you learn your basic rights, what you just did, if you get an attorney, you just made your attorney's job easier. Let me share this really quick, and I'm gonna be quiet after this. Sister reached out to me, and she was like, hey, I had this situation happen. Well, police officers came, they came to our house, they searched our house illegally, and so on. I gave her the basic rights, the basic things to do. And I said, if you follow these steps, what's going to happen is you're going to make your attorney's job easier. Maybe a week later, she reached back out to me. She was like, you were so right. You were so right. The attorney took her case pro bono, which means they're not going to charge her because it was such a cut and dry case. They took it pro bono, and the attorney, she said the attorney told her verbatim, because you took these steps, you made my job easier, and we're going to win this case. Like, the attorney knows that she's going to win the case, right? And she's like, because what you said, I did that, and the attorney said exactly what you said, that I made her job easier. Why? Because she followed the basic rights. When you're on the side of the road and you're trying to debate, and I know my rights, and I know this, you're trying to go deep into it, you're digging a hole for yourself. You're going to lose that battle. You got to know your basic rights. So I would suggest start off with the basics. And if you want to graduate to that down the line, by all means, but that's not what's getting you in trouble. It's the basics that's most of us are missing.
All right. Let me actually pull up your website real quick so that way people can know where to check you out at. Let me get this here. All right, so this is the website, everybody. wethepeopleuniversity.com. This is where you can get the information, download the free ebook, as well as sign up for the brother's course, everything, so that way you guys can be more informed. So now with the free, now I know that you said that on when people can download it, they kind of get basic information. I don't know how much you can share with regard to the course once like they sign up, but what kind of information generally would they learn once they actually sign up for the course?
Oh man, the course we go over. First, we start off with basic traffic stop knowledge. It is amazing how so many of us, we do not have basic traffic stop knowledge, which means police walk up to your car. What's up, man? Hey, where you going? Oh, I'm finna go over here and do this. Don't answer that question. This is not a friendly conversation. What people don't understand is from that very moment, a case is starting to be built at that moment. You don't know that. You think, oh, he's just being cool. Well, he ended up letting me go. That's because, he figured, okay, nothing's here. But if something was there, that case is starting to be built at that very moment. So most people don't know that you don't answer those questions. We go through things like that. We go through things of how to be pulled over, right? How do I say this? Trust me on this one, that it's more to just pull him to the shoulder of the road. It's a lot more to it. We go into that. We talk about searches and seizures, right? Many people think, hey, he asked me to search me, so I got to let him search me. No. Hey, you mind if I search you? No, I don't want you to search me. Well, if you ain't got nothing to hide, you're going to start hearing all these different type of terms of things come out of the mouth of the police officer that start to make you think, man, I'm going to go ahead and let him do it, right? We go through things like that. Searches and seizures. You've probably been violated a million times and don't know it. Police dogs, walking dogs around the car, those type of laws. Everything that if the police come to your house, do you have to open the door? Like some people feel like, oh, the police knocked on my door, I got to open the door. Most people don't know. If the police knock on your door, who is it? Oh, it's the such and such police department. What do you want? Well, we got a call. You got a warrant? No. All right, I'm going to bed. You're under no legal authority or obligation to open the door. If you decide to open it, don't keep your door open. Open your door, walk out, and close it behind you. There's so many things that the course is going to teach you on how to deal with the police. Here's a very key one. If the police say, hey, can I search you? You say these words just like this. I do not consent to searches. I got it on video. I got plenty of videos of this. The first thing the officer is going to ask you is, so are you an attorney? because he just heard something just ring. It rung in his head like, I do not consent to searches. Most people don't speak like that. They're like, man, hell no, you can't search me, man. Don't touch me. No, I ain't with that. I ain't with that. That's how we're going to talk, right? But when you be like, I do not consent to searches, at that point, he's thinking that you're an attorney, you have an attorney, you know your rights. That's like, look, it's not code word, but it's how you're being judged based off how you're presenting yourself. It's that the course is going to teach you all those type of things. And again, it's not a big legal terms that you got to be an attorney or a police officer. No, it's going to be simple enough where you can learn and you can teach your children. Because remember, a lot of us got teenagers, and a lot of teenagers are getting killed by the police. My sister was even telling me, even when I was working as an officer, how she was afraid to let my 21-year-old nephew just go to the mall because so much is happening. We got to teach our children these things, how to deal with these things, because listen, we the people of the curses. We're dealing with this, and we're acting like this is not really happening, or we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You know what? When you get in that situation, it's too late to learn what you should have did at that point. I land my plane with this. Remember, in Paul, Acts 26 and 22, what did he say to the Roman centurion? Is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman? Was he referring to the Mosaic law, God's law? No. He was referring to the laws of the land, the Roman laws. He knew his basic rights. So we can't be so righteous to the point where, hey, man, we don't have to learn this stuff. The Most High God got us. Well, the Most High God had Paul too, but he knew his basic rights. The old saying, God helps those who help themselves. You got to know what's going on. If Paul had not asked him, hey, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that's a Roman, and show that he knew his basic rights as a citizen of Rome, he would have been looking like what? The movie Passion of the Christ, right? Because they was trying to light him up. He had to know what they could, they can't. He stopped them because they weren't allowed to do that according to the Roman law. You can do this. You can do the same thing here in America. Now, people might say, oh, well, it's white privilege. And sometimes it is. Sometimes white privilege, many times white privilege does prevail. But I believe also many times black ignorance prevails. All right. Trust me, I've been around it enough to see that some of these cases were not white privilege. It was just you shot yourself in the foot and you thought you knew what you were doing or talking about, and you didn't.
Indeed, indeed. So you guys see the brother's website up here, We the People University. So make sure you guys go there so you guys check out the free ebook once again. We got Abiyah here talking about surviving the police and how to deal with law enforcement. So now I know we like some weeks back we were talking about, you know, should we as Hebrews get into law enforcement? You know, so let's just kind of talk about that for a quick second. Like, so, you know, because we do see in the scriptures about, you know, you have Roman centurion, you know, you had Cornelius and a couple other people, you know, that were actually a part of the Roman guards and centurion, where they would basically be policing the people like how you have today. So should Israelites get into law enforcement?
I look at that like this. You got Israelites who be like, man, don't eat that food. That food's bad for you. It's disgusting. Don't eat it. It's harmful for your body, but they will never cook anything. That's how I look at that. You would tell me how to eat, but you would never tell me what to eat, or you would never cook anything to eat yourself. That's the same way we do treat police. Oh, police are bad. Oh, you made a deal with the enemy, I guess. Well, do you work at McDonald's? Yeah. Well, so did you. They sell poison to our people. All right. It's a slow kill. Now, when somebody come and they, God forbid, kick your door in and they got shotguns and AKs, who you gonna call? I say this all the time. Who you gonna call? You ain't calling Ghostbusters. I guarantee that. Right? Now, you're gonna dial 911 and a bunch of white guys are gonna show up at your door. Who would you rather showing up at your door? Them or somebody who understands you? And I'll tell you this. I'll give you this quick story. When I was working, I was a rookie at the time. And the officer was a white officer who was training me. And we went out to this apartment complex. They would put this guy out and his brother, and he was, you know, now the white officer he was actually inside of the apartment office trying to take up for the brother, right? And saying, hey, well, you can't do this to him. You can't. But when we got out to talking to the brother, he was a little rubbed the wrong way because the brother rubbed my trainer the wrong way because my trainer felt I was just in there taking up for you, and now you're getting an attitude. And so they started to go back and forth, right? And so you know your people. Like I know when Jake moving his hands, this is not a threat because he's talking like this. I know we talk with our hands, right? That's me because I know us as a people. Now, other nations don't really know that. You go to moving your hands, that's a sign, that's a threat. All right. Watch their hands is what you're taught in the academy. That's a threat. And we know it when Jake is starting to make a move or do anything he's about to do because why? We know we are them, they are us. We are a people. And so as they're talking, going back and forth, I can see a slight blade in this brother's stance. It just changed all of a sudden, right? So I'm looking like, uh-oh, this finna go left real quick. I can see it right now. And I was always the officer, man. I really don't want to fight. I don't want to. I want to. Hey, listen, ride around in my car. I help who I can help. Get me some lunch, and I go home and call it a day. That's how I like to operate. I'm not into gun ho car chases and jumping over gates and running through the woods. Man, I ran through the woods one time and seen all type of tarantulas. I'm not into stuff like that. All right. So I see this happening, right? And so what I did, I instantly stepped in. I was like, hey, bro, let me talk to you real quick. And by me talking to him brother to brother, the whole situation, it just blew away. It went from him he was about to try something, but it went from that to, man, I appreciate it. And the call was all good. Nobody went to jail. Everything was all good. It takes brothers to do that. We need to be in these situations because if not, we gonna have our dumb brothers because he was gonna be dumb and try something stupid, and it was gonna go the wrong way. He wasn't gonna win that battle, you know. And we need to be there when we see our brother. Hey, listen, let me talk to you real quick, bro. I see you. What you finna do? This finna go the wrong way. Listen, man. And I talked to him, and I explained to him like he was actually in there trying to take up for you and da da da. And he was like, "Oh, really? Okay, cool. And it went well from that point. I have a lot of situations that I can tell you about that simply by being on those scenes, brothers didn't go to jail or brothers didn't get shot and things of that nature. We need to fill those slots like that. We always talking about the enemies in these slots and Esau and this and all this type of stuff. But yet what you're doing is vacating positions of authority to give to them. And I almost did that myself when I first came into the truth. I'm like, all right, I got to get out of this field. Right. Although I had never harmed anybody, I had never mistreated anybody. Hey, to this day, you could ride around through the hoods. They still love me to this day. Why? Because I respect men as men. I never mistreated anybody. So I got that type of respect. Now, with that being said, it's like we tell our brothers to not join these positions, and I almost did the same thing myself until it was given to me like this. So you're going to walk away from this position and leave. He said, no, he said, so you love your people, but yet you're going to walk away from this position, leave it vacant for a racist white person to fill that position. And then when they fill that position, your brother never make it home. When if it was you, it could have worked out differently. That resonated with me. Like, right, I can use this to help people, help my people, versus leaving it open for somebody who hate my people to fill it and use it to harm my people. So I would say, yeah. Now it's almost a double-edged sword, real quick. It's almost a double-edged sword because now things are really changing drastically. But before, it's like I used to try and encourage brothers to come in. You need to fill these positions because we need to police us. We need to be on these scenes. We need to start being out here so we can hold each other accountable, right? So I would say, yeah, because if a situation happens, you're gonna have to call somebody, and now it just boils down to who you want showing up. Honestly.
Yeah, I actually agree. I mean, how we gonna be a nation? We don't have an army. We don't have a law enforcement. I mean, we got laws, and we ain't got no way to enforce the laws. Even in our own community. So I mean, it's a lot that we got to do to really repair our community and our nation as a whole. Um, we definitely gotta start looking into things like that. And I know that you got some of the other camps. They are, they have things in place where if something goes down, they send one of their captains or whoever, to go kind of investigate the situation, before they got to call authorities of the laws of the land. So we should definitely be doing stuff like that, especially if you have if you have adequate training and experience in dealing with things like that, like yourself, so we definitely should at least do that.
Even in that situation where we'll send a captain and somebody over there, now that captain has to know what to do when he gets there, because if he does not operate properly when he gets there, he can now involve himself and be charged himself if he goes about it the wrong way. So if you're going to have a body where you're going to designate brothers to act on these things, you must know what you're doing. For example, if you go over there and say, okay, well, we're not going to say nothing about this, we handled it, we situated it, and it never reaches that level. Now, depending on what it is, you can be charged. So you got to know the laws. Either way, you got to learn this stuff. You got to. Here's one of the biggest problems, right? All right, I got Inside the Nation Radio. That's a platform. I have another platform, We the People University, another YouTube channel. Now, Gabar, you know this, and I just want to tell the people this, right? To become for you to make you a partner on a platform, you have to get 1,000 subscribers in a year, 4,000 hours, 60-minute hours, 4,000 hours of people watching your videos, right? You have to do this within a year. Most people never make this. The channels that y'all see that are a partnership with YouTube is a very, very small percentage, okay? It's a very small percentage. It's like the 2% of the world. Millions of YouTube channels never make this. You have to do this within 1 year. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watched hours of your videos. 4,000 hours of people just watching your video. If you don't do it within a year, let's say you get 999 subscribers and 3,999 watch hours, and the year ticks, guess what? Start all over. So it's hard sometimes. Now, with that being said, I want to show you just how hard it is, because when I tell you this part, it should blow your mind, because it blew mine. I created We the People University YouTube channel. 2,500, almost 3,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. First video, I think it's at 68,000 views. Other video, 20,000, 30,000, 20,000. Thousands of views, thousands of subscriptions, because even more subscribers now. It's just going, right? It's going. Now, the problem is this. Thousands. Now, when I'm telling you that one video is going towards 100,000 views, all this less than a month, right? And people can't do this in a year. The reason I'm saying this is because of this. When you look at the percentage, it's 97% white people. Why are the people who are not targeted or cursed with these situations that we are in, why are they the ones soaking up the information? Why are we not the first ones, since we're statistically and proven, and common sense tells us we are targeted, we are here, it's us that's happening to. We're getting shot, we're getting stopped, we're getting our rights violated, we're getting beat up on the side of the roads. Why are we not trying to get this information? I put this information out for Israel, but guess what? 97% of the people soaking up, and I'm not just giving you some ballpark number, it's 97%, all right, of white people on that channel are soaking up the information. Why is that? That's why I said it's two needs that's here. One need is for us to have the information, and the other need is for the people to actually want to receive it. The people don't want to receive it. This is why when we see something happen on the side of the road, and we are, hey, listen, he definitely going to jail. That police officer is guilty. Then the judge say, not guilty. And we puzzled, we perplexed, like, what just happened? You don't know what's going on now. Why? You never got any information. You don't know how the system works. You know nothing. But we will watch a debate real quick, fast, and in a hurry. We watch all debates all the time. Why? Because we want to cut somebody. But yet we don't get those things that we should be getting. Like Paul. Again, Paul said to the Roman centurion, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that's a Roman? He ain't talking about the Mosaic law here. He's talking about the law of the land, the law of the Romans. Paul knew his basic rights. These white people out here getting all this information on that basic rights and learning and stuff. And I'm not telling you, they're emailing, they hey, do another video on this, and I'm putting this information out for you. This ebook, this website, hundreds of people coming to download this ebook. Guess how many of them were Israel? It's sad.
Hold on. I downloaded it.
You're one of hundreds, though. You're
one.
Yeah. So I was like, guess how many of them was Israel? It's sad. It's a really sad situation.
Yeah, it is. That kind of leads into my next question. Like because even here on Debate Talk for You, even though it was founded on debates and stuff like that, it's the reason why it has talk in there because we want to talk about other things such as what we're discussing now. But we seem to have the same issue even on this channel where when a debate goes down, I mean the views go up like crazy, but then when we're doing stuff like this and other things, I mean the viewership is lower. So why is information like this particularly, I'm saying, knowing your basic rights on how to deal with law enforcement, why aren't our people soaking it up?
Listen, I'm just gonna be real. If I step on your toes, then you might be who I'm talking about. We are a foolish and a stupid people. That's exactly what it is. We are a foolish and a stupid people. Even on Inside the Nation, my last debate that I did was with Captain Cesariak and Pastor Mike Holloway. I said that was gonna be the last one I do for a while. Okay. Reason being, in the reaction video, I may do some more of those here and there, but the reason being, I noticed that the people are only showing up for drama. Yes, scriptures are coming out, but they're only receiving the drama aspect of the show, not the truth or the spirit behind what you're trying to give. And so I said, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm gonna start doing shows where we're gonna start building the nation. And of course, my viewership dropped. Instead of there's 200 people, 150 people watching, of course it's gonna be like 80 now, right? Maybe 90. Maybe we'll hit 110 at max or something like that. Okay, but cool. Me personally, I don't care about viewership. So I'd be like, if you don't want to watch because of that, because we're trying to do something positive, you know what I'm saying? That just shows who you are. Now, with that being said, you might say, well, you're trying to get for the We the People University YouTube channel. He's just trying to get viewership. No, I'm not. Trust me. The white people taking care of that. I really don't need your viewership. Honestly, I really don't need it. I can drop a video right now. Like the last video I dropped, the thing was at 17,000 views in the first day, right? So I don't need your viewership, but I want you to view it because I put this here for you. So I'm not doing what I'm doing based off of a need. I know my rights. My family, they taken care of. My inner circle, we good. If I'm riding down the road and if my rights get violated, if I see 100,000 on the table, I'm gonna be able to collect it because I know what's going on. You don't know if you're violated. You don't know if your basic rights have been violated if you don't know your basic rights. How can you know where most people say this? They get pulled over. You can't do that. I know my rights. Now, when I was working as an officer, I was also be like, yeah, are they? You do? What are they? And they go dumb right there. Because nobody expects you to do that. I used to do it all the time. I used to use those as teachable moments. This is the moment where I can actually teach you where you're wrong at. So just in case you get stopped somewhere else with another officer, you don't get yourself into a jam. Because some officers, and I ain't saying all, some of them are looking to pop you up. They looking to jam you up. All right, they are out there. So most people, when they say I know my rights, what they're really telling you is what they believe should be right. They're telling you what they think is right, but what they don't understand is what they think is right is not always lawful. What you think is right is not always lawful. For example, we see this. Go watch YouTube, and YouTube is the worst place to watch and get legal information or advice if that person is not a legal expert. If he ain't a lawyer, a police officer, judge, somebody giving this information, I wouldn't be just watching no random videos, all right? So if you go watch a YouTube video, I seen a video where brothers be like, run a stop sign. Officer be like, get out of the car. I know my rights. I ain't got to get out of the car. I don't have to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You harassing me. You know what? Maybe he is, but guess what? You don't know your rights. Why? Because Pennsylvania versus Mims, that's a Supreme Court ruling. Wilson versus Maryland, that's a Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court has ruled that the officer can actually tell you to step out the car. So now when he's telling you to step out the car, you refuse to step out the car. Now you just disobeyed a lawful order. And now when you on the side of the road, you're watching his brother get pulled out of the car and they don't throw him down in a handcuff. Oh, that's police brutality. And then you see, well, not guilty or no complaints went through. You confused. Why? Because you don't know what just happened. Remember, what you think is right is not always lawful. Two different things. Just because you think it's right, it don't mean it's lawful. It don't mean it's written anywhere in the law. You have to know what this law says to do. Some people are like, well, I ain't going, I'm a man. Listen, I'm a soldier. Look, listen. Dumb soldiers die. I'm just being honest with you. They don't live too long. Dumb soldiers die, right? If you a man, be a man, be a husband, be a wife, be a husband to your wife, should I say, be a father, you know, and understand how to be wise as a serpent, humble as a dove. Understand the words of Christ to go ahead and just make peace with your enemy real quick. Is that Matthew 5:25? Make peace with your enemy real quick and just be wise. All right. That's what you got to learn how to do. But when we don't know our rights, we don't know how to operate. What I'm trying to teach the people is this, and I'm going to yield with this. What I'm trying to teach the people is this. Learn your basic rights. When you get stopped on the side of the road, there are so many small things that people don't even know that could have got them $100,000. And so when you learn your rights and you see that happen, okay, you just keep recording it. All right. And you ain't, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He think, oh, yeah, he's good to go. Yeah, I wrote him his ticket. He went on. And 2 weeks later, he's butt in the courtroom somewhere. And you're like, what? Because he didn't know that you knew your basic rights. So I'm teaching people not only to know their basic rights, but how to operate in their basic rights, right? You have to know what to do, right? Also on my website, when you go when you download the ebook, you're gonna see a list of successful lawsuits, 100,000, 500,000, 400,000, that people who learned their basic rights, and when the police violate their rights for something, maybe it's something as simple as making me sit on the side of the road too long, waiting for you to finish, $100,000 lawsuit. You don't know that though if you don't know your basic rights. So these are the type of things that we got to learn, man. So we got to stop being ignorant. We as a people are just ignorant, and we're stupid people generally. Now I ain't talking about each individual. You're dumb, because we have. I mean, in essence of things, we're the most brilliant people on the planet, but we act as if we're the dumbest. We don't do anything. If it's not entertainment or drama, we don't want nothing to do with it. Anything that's going to build us and make us a better people, we're going to ignore. We'll talk about Kwame Yasharala and we're going to write nation building. All the hell with all that. That's not what you're doing. We got to stop sugarcoating it for everybody. We got to be honest. That's not what we're doing. We're talking about it, but when are we going to apply these things? When are we going to start teaching our children that walk outside when they want to go play or go to their homeboy house or whatever the case may be? Listen, if you ever encounter this, look at Tobit, how he talked to Tobias before Tobias left the house, right? Read through Proverbs how the son's been taught. Listen, when you come across this, deal with this like this and like this and like this. We have to do that with our children. We're in a position where this police and law enforcement is one of those things we got to teach them about. We can't neglect that, because that's one of the things that are killing us on a high level or throwing us in prisons. Why? A lot of times, yes, it's white privilege. Most times it's black ignorance.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that's because it's our kids that's getting killed. It's our children. They're the ones that's getting shot and all that stuff because they're not informed. So, Israel, download the ebook, Israel, and get informed. Teach it to your children like you do the scriptures. Do it the same way. So that way they can be informed on how to deal with things, especially as they get older. They start becoming teens, and eventually they go off to college, or if you send them off to college or whatever, like once they become grown and and all that, like they need to know this stuff, okay? Because it's our kids that are suffering, so we definitely gotta inform them. So let me ask this question. Because like you said, there's a lot of videos on YouTube. Sometimes it's from people that are not that they don't really have a background in law enforcement and or being a judge or anything like that. And there's some who do, So, but with all that being said, there's a plethora of videos. I mean, I remember last year, there was like I remember I was watching a channel for a while. I kind of got sucked into it where it was just a channel full of people getting pulled over and stuff, and cops getting talked to the wrong way and stuff. I remember I even saw one where it was an off-duty cop and they were detaining someone, and they were off duty, all because they walked out of the store with with some shopping bags, and they was walking back to their car through the parking lot, and they got detained in the parking lot. So like I've watched a lot of these different videos. So with all this documentation, videos of people being put out there where the officers are violating people's rights, all these different things are going on. Why does it still happen? Why does it still happen?
Well, a lot of those videos that you look at, the rights are not being violated. In our mind, it seemed like they are, because that don't seem right to me. But remember, we got to go based off this law of this land, right? And so, do we agree with it? No, we don't. But guess what? It's a captivity that we placed ourselves in because we didn't keep God's laws. We're here, so now we got to deal with it, whether we agree with it or not. So first things first, we learn, okay, well, what is really violating my rights? Now, for example, the situation you're just speaking about. For example, police walks up to you and say, hey, you stop. You know, this man has no lawful reason to stop you. He must have something called RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion. Reasonable articulable suspicion. Like most people jump straight to the point of probable cause. Give me 1 second. All right, a sneeze was about to come. I was trying to hold it. I was trying to it got right there on the edge, but anyway, it never came. So most people be like, what's your probable cause? And they don't understand there's a difference between probable cause and reasonable articulable suspicion. All they need is reasonable articulable suspicion, or just reasonable suspicion to think that a crime is being committed or is about to be committed. So if they think a crime is being committed, now, all right, I can detain you. Why? So when someone stops you, or when the police officer stops you, you're supposed to be like, hey, listen, why are you stopping me? That's the first question. Am I free to go? No, you're detained. Okay, then why are you detaining me? Hold on.
It must be coming out now.
Yeah, at the time, came out that time. So you got to ask, why are you detaining me? At that point, the way you operate is like this. Why are you detaining me? Well, and he gives you some phony answer. Is that illegal? Do you have a law? Because remember, you're dealing with law enforcement, right? What does that mean? We got to remember, titles mean something. Titles mean something. Law enforcement means you are enforcing a law. So by detaining me, which law are you enforcing? Why have you stopped me? Why are you detaining me? He must tell you a lawful reason. Now, understand what a lawful order is. A lawful order is only an order that an officer can give you that's in the law. If he tells you anything that's not in the law, it's not a lawful order. You are under no obligation to follow any unlawful order, right? Why are you detaining me? Well, you ran out of there without paying, so I got to detain you. Okay, that's lawful because you can't steal, right? But hey, I just had a suspicion that one more time. I just had a suspicion, that you were suspicion, that's not in the law. You can't just stop me for suspicion. The video that you're referring to, if we're thinking about the same one, it was a white officer in like a brown sheriff deputy uniform. That right there, that was unlawful. I think he was actually fired, honestly, if we're talking about the same one. So, but if you don't know what the law is, you don't know if it's unlawful or not. Most times, since we don't know what the law is, we're just going to assume that he doesn't have reasonable suspicion to stop us because in our minds we ain't do nothing wrong, but he may actually have reasonable suspicion. And so what happens by watching these videos is this: you watch a video, somebody be like, man, yeah, they mouth off or whatever, and they end up leaving, driving away, everything all good. You be like, oh, that's the way to do it. Now you come up against an officer who got a little bit more knowledge, a little less patience. You try the same thing. You don't drive away happily ever after. Didn't work out the same way for you. Why? You watch YouTube. Right? Now I got some on that channel, We the People University. I got some attorneys over there, and they be watching. They definitely watch my videos to critique to see what I'm saying. And not one of them yet has said, hey, you're off. They all like, man, this guy's on. He's giving out valuable information. Even in the clubhouse. I don't know if you were in there, Gabar, with us in the clubhouse. The black attorney from California, when we were in there talking, he was like, yeah, Abiyah's giving out valuable information. I need to listen. You were in that clubhouse with us?
Yeah,
So,
I was there.
What we're saying is like the information is there. Don't go out and learn from YouTube videos because, for example, when I told y'all how an officer can lawfully ask you to step out the vehicle, even if you just failed to maintain lane or did something as simple as run a stop sign, he could ask you to step out. But what happened is you go and watch a YouTube video where some brother be like, nah, I ain't getting out. And it worked out for him for whatever reason. Now you tried it. Now you got 5 years in prison and 5 lumps on the head. You know, it didn't work out the same way for you. Why? Because he just happened to get away with it. And you thought that was the right way. No, it's not.
right. So I'm wait for the brother to come back real quick. So while we waiting on him to come back, so
I'm telling you, it's Georgia. I gotta get out of Georgia.
yeah, man, I heard that COVID running rampant in Georgia, man.
Nah, man, it's in California. I'm talking about the pollen. It's pollen crazy. Like if you go outside, it's just yellow. Like the ground is yellow. It's ridiculous. It's pollen.
Yeah. I remember seeing that in Texas, man. My car was black. I had a black car, man, and then when the spring would come around, my whole car would be green because of all the pollen.
Right. I have to get a membership for my car wash because I wash it, and then a couple of days I have to go back through it. And it's like, so I put it on membership so I can just keep going through whenever I need to. That's how heavy the pollen is. But anyway, it be getting me sometimes. But go ahead. I got
All right. So we got a couple comments that are in the chat. So Michael Paul, he says that I have been profiled because of the type of car I was driving. And then he says, I try to purchase a vehicle that basically blends in with the middle class, so-called white person drives. So is that a thing? Do police officers actually profile so-called black people because of the type of car that they drive?
Yes. Yes, it's definitely a thing. It's definitely, and that's why you need to know your rights. So when you get pulled over, here's what they said, Michael Israel. So
Yes, sir.
I'm driving, right? I got me a nice car. I'm driving. I get pulled over. Hey, if wifey in there, if Maria in there, hey, start recording. Or if I start the recorder, once it's live or whatever recording, I sit the joker somewhere, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pull over. And at that point, when he comes up, license and registration. Now you're gonna always give me your license and registration if he pulled you over, because if you don't, you're just gonna go down a wormhole that a rabbit hole that you're not gonna win. Give him the information, but hey, why did you stop me? At that point, he must give you a lawful reason why he stopped you. Now, if you don't know the law, he can shoot you a bunch of fluff, right? But you know your base. Let's just say you know your rights right now, all right? So he shoot you fluff and be like, look, that's not a lawful reason you stopped me. Well, I just want to check on you, see if you were okay. The Fourth Amendment protects you against unreasonable searches and seizures. Most people don't know when you're stopped in a traffic stop, you are literally arrested. Arrested means to stop your movement. You are arrested at that point and you are seized. Even if you have a passenger, they are seized, which means you cannot move, you cannot go anywhere. You are seized. The Fourth Amendment protects you against unreasonable searches and seizures. Now, for this seizure to not be unreasonable, it must be lawful. Why did you stop me, officer? I just want to check on you. Is there a law that say you can do that? No, there's no law that I can do that. Then that is an unreasonable seizure. At that point, if there's no law, am I being detained? Am I free to go? He has to answer that question. He has to say, well, you're free to go, and you peel off. Go file your complaint, and you take it down as far as you can take it at that point. If you say you're detained, okay, well, what reason are you detaining me for? Because first you're pulling me over just to check on me. So do you have reasonable suspicion of why you're detaining me? And I teach all this in the course. Well, so when you're driving down the road in just your nice car and you're stopped for no reason, there's no reason you should have to adjust the type of car that you buy because you don't want to be stopped by the police. Nah, make them know your name. All right. You make them know your name, right? And you do that by using what rights you do have in this land or what stretch you do have. You do that by using it. You can't ignore it. You have to understand the process, right? You got to understand what you can and can't do. You got to understand what they can and can't do. And when you use that and they know your name, trust you me, there are a couple of people around here that know their rights and they have went the distance and they have sued. And if they get pulled over right here in this area, in the Atlanta area, I guarantee you the police will, you're such and such. They will know who they are. All right, warning, have a good day. Because they know, man, we ain't trying to go down that rabbit hole no more. They know the person. We know he know his rights. And if he know he's going to, they know that the people who know their rights are going to be within their rights and do nothing unlawful because in their mind, he's just trying to get us caught up. So we stop him, but he's enjoying us stopping him because he already got 100,000 out of us or whatever. Those people, like I say, make them know your name. But you can't do that if you don't know what's happening. You don't know the law. One brother told me, man, I get stopped by the police, just harass. I could be walking through the parking lot, it's gonna stop and harass me all the time. I said, bro, you could have probably been a millionaire by now. Mm-hmm. You just don't even know it. You just don't even know it.
Okay, so now it kind of like sparked a thought in my mind. So I know that on on what you can download for free off your website. One of the things it's talking about is, you have the right to remain silent. Now, I know that when they give you your Miranda rights, that's one of the rights I have to tell you is that you have the right to remain silent. So is it that people don't realize that even before you get the Miranda rights that you actually can still enforce that same right?
Right. Two things about that. The Miranda rights, people be waiting for someone to read their Miranda rights. A police officer is under no obligation to even read you Miranda rights. First off, the only time that you get Miranda rights is when they're about to question or interrogate you. That's when the Miranda rights has to be read. That's what the law say. If you watch Law and Order, you think every time somebody get arrested, it's Miranda rights time. Nope. I probably read Miranda rights twice in my whole career, honestly. So that's
interesting.
Yeah, that's Law and Order. That's SVU right there. Yeah, it don't work that way for real.
Okay.
Secondly, if a police officer walks up to you, hey man, where you going? You can choose to just sit there and stare at him if you want to. He's gonna be like, this guy's a nutcase, but you can do that. Or you can say, listen, man, what's your name? What's your badge number? You can ask them questions. They got to answer per policy. They got to answer, but you don't have to answer. But you have a right to remain silent. You have a Fifth Amendment right. Hey man, where you going? You said none of your business. Why you want to know? That don't concern you. All right. You are under no obligation to answer any questions posed by the police. You can always say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment rights and I will not answer any questions. A police officer pulls you over on a traffic stop. You were speeding. So he has a lawful right to pull you over. License and registration. The only obligation you have is to give your license and your registration. Hey man, so where you going? I'm not answering that question. Here's a trick question I'll give you. This is a trick question that I think 95, 96% of people fall for. Do you know how fast you were going? I was going 75. It's on video. You go to court. You just admit it to it, right? Even if he don't tag you for the 95 miles per hour, the speed limit was 70. So you've already admitted to speeding, right? These are the things that you got to learn. That's why you don't answer questions. Do you know how fast you were going? I don't answer any questions, sir. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Here's my license and registration. Well, I don't know. I was thinking about giving you a warrant. Well, give me a warrant if you don't give me a warrant, or you can give me a citation. I'll take care of it later. Where are you going? Sir, I do not answer any questions. That's not your concern. Why won't you answer my questions? Because the law states I don't have to answer your questions. I have a Fifth Amendment right to it, and I have a right to invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Are you hiding something? Now, here's another nugget. When I told you about the unreasonable search and seizure, remember now you're seized on a traffic stop. You've been seized. Rodriguez versus the United States of America had the Supreme Court deemed that a police officer cannot extend the stop longer than the time necessary for him to write the citation or a warning. Anything outside of that, he needs probable cause. If he does not have probable cause, he has just violated your Fourth Amendment right. Take him into court. You probably get a payday. While he's sitting here on this window asking you, well, you don't want to answer my question? That's an extension of the stop. You see how simple these violations can be? There are people who know this. That guy, the example I gave you, that when they know, oh, this such and such, let him go, they know he going to be petty. Like, we need to first get knowledgeable and then get that Michael Jackson level petty. Y'all know, you know what I'm talking about when I say that? That Michael Jackson level pettiness, when Eminem dissed Michael Jackson, so he bought all of his masters. And so every time Eminem opened his mouth, he's paying Michael Jackson now. That's petty on a good level, though. We need to get to that level. We got to stop letting people take advantage of us and violating us the way they do because they feel like they have a choice to do so. When they don't, you have a choice to stop it. And again, it's so simple. It's so easy. If the Most High allow us to make the kingdom, I can just imagine how many of us can be sitting back and be like, man, I could have. Oh, man, I didn't know. I would have. So I ain't have to live like that the whole time, right? So many things, but what happened when we bring knowledge to our people? Remember, we are the people, us. We the people that perish because of lack of knowledge. And when you read that scripture, and I know it's talking about to Most High's scriptures in His Word and the law, but when you read that scripture, we're the people perishing because of lack of knowledge. When you continue to read it, it says we rejected knowledge. Not that the knowledge wasn't there, not that it wasn't presented, not that we didn't have opportunity to get it. It's because we rejected the knowledge. Again, We the People University YouTube channel, thousands of subscribers, less than a month, tens of thousands of YouTube videos, so I don't need your views because the white people are doing it. Why? They're taking the knowledge. I brought this to you, Israel. I brought it to the people first. They rejected the knowledge. Again, this ebook right here, hundreds of downloads. I mean, I got to go back and look see at where the number is right now. But how many of the downloads are Israel? Before I even put it on YouTube or anything else, I went to leaders. Y'all know I deal with a lot of brothers in Israel. And I presented this to the brothers. So listen, this is what's going on. I feel, I'm saying, I want to be, this is actually my new career. I sell online video courses to teach this. But how can I do, and it's always been in my mind, and anybody who ever followed Inside the Nation know this for a fact, it's always in my mind, how can I do something to help the people as well? How can I make my career be a career where I can have a career and help the people? So what I did for the course, I paid for it and created a affiliate link. I was telling you about this, Kabar. So anybody who ever signs up or registers for the course, for one, you're getting information that's vital, that can save your life possibly. All right, that's one thing. Two, you're supporting a brother's career, which would be me. Three, for example, if Gabar, if he's an affiliate, you click his link and you register for the course, it donates to his cause. He gets paid for it. We just killed 3 birds with one stone. That's nation building. That's nation building. We're getting valuable information. You are supporting a brother's career, which is my career, and you're also supporting a brother when you click on his affiliate link so that he can also get a percentage of what the registration will be. That's how I got it set up. But guess what? I took this whole thing to, I ain't saying no names, but if you could think of the face, the big names of Israel, that's who I dealt with. That's who I talked to. Again, I always say this. How many you think? I mean, I got the responses. Oh, great. Oh, that sounds good. Let's do it. Never panned out though. The white people, sad. These white people, they jump right on it. So I'm not here because of a need. Listen, Israel, I need you, and I gotta beg you. Listen, I got receipts. I can prove I'm not here because of a need, right? But I'm here because of a want. I want my people to have this information, and my people won't even go and get the free. Yeah, I sell a course, and right now it's $79. I got it on sale at $79 to the end of the month, right? I sell it. So I can't afford that. I can't even afford $79 to buy it. Okay, well, go get the free ebook then. At least get the free ebook. That's still giving you all information, a lot of information in the free ebook. They haven't even downloaded the free ebook, but it's free. What's your? Oh, my bad. You ain't have 35 seconds to go download the ebook. Okay, I understand. All right. That's the problem. I have it set up where nobody should be left out. If you can't afford $79 right now, well, I got something free that you can get. Then you go check that out and get the information from there. And if you do purchase the course, you just supported my career. And then whoever affiliate link you use to purchase the course, you just put a donation in that brother's pocket as well. So I'm setting it up where we all can help and build as a nation, but the nation don't want it. And I was looking at my wife. I'm like, you would think if you drop a video and you got 70,000 views on it, you'd be happy. I was pissed off. Why? I'm like, look at this, man. I almost cussed. I had to catch myself. It's man. I'm like, look at all these views, and I'm going down looking at the people who were watching and subscribing and commenting. 97% white people, man. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm gonna sell to them. I'm not gonna tell them that because they money green as well. So I'm gonna sell it. The course, they want to buy the course. But I'm like, I want my people to have this information. We suffering from it. Why are we not getting it? So again, I want to beat that horse just to let you know I'm not here trying to pitch a sale to you because honestly, I don't need it. I'm just being honest. I sound rude, but it's the truth. But I think we as people need information. If you don't want to register for the course, at least get the ebook. It's FREE.
Hey, like you said, it's free. It's free, So I know we coming up. I know we you got just about 5 minutes over like an hour. I know you say that's about what you could give. So so we're gonna go ahead and kind of getting ready to start to close this out. So again, Israel, even if you're Christian, because I know we got some Christians that tune in on this platform. I mean, like, hey, look, get the ebook, and be sure to download it. It's free. I mean, it's free, and you guys already know, like, I mean, I could be doing something else with my Sunday. This is supposed to be my family day. I could be doing something else. I could be going out making some money for myself, but me and the brother, man, we took time out of our day to bring this to you guys. And he's saying that he doesn't have a personal need, but it's still a need for everyone else. It's
Right.
it's a definite need for everyone else, and this is why I was pushing to really get this on Debate Talk for You, because it needs to get to as many outlets and as many platforms as possible, so that way our people can be informed. And so when that day comes when something happened, you can't say, hey, well, then there was nothing out there for me to get. Yes, there is,
Yep.
because we are here today, doing it here. And most high willing, man, this will get pushed to other platforms also. I'm gonna actually try to put it in other people's ear to kind of push it to their platforms as well.
Right.
So because this is something that is needed, it's definitely needed. So make sure y'all download the ebook and make sure y'all support the brother. If you can afford it, take the class. I plan on doing it as soon as I get some extra money, man. I might actually take the course myself, so that way I can be informed. I might have my wife sit in on it, so that way she can be informed, and so that way we can know how to navigate through this land that we are in until it's time to go home. So
Okay, real
yeah, go
quick.
ahead.
Like in that brothers, what you just said, brothers. I have one brother. He has done that. He purchased the course for his entire congregation. They all sat down and they gonna watch the course. Now inside the course, you have video course, you have video examples. There are quizzes to make sure you've retained information. They're not hard rocket science quizzes like you gotta get 100 to pass the next section, but they're quizzes to to keep and encourage you to know the information. There are two different tools in there that's going to help you out. So it's designed, and it's really basic. It's designed that you should know. It's not designed to confuse you. But the brother did that. He actually did purchase the course for a group of people, so that about 10 of them sit down and watch it at once. And also, real quick, it should be up today, no later than later tonight. If you decide to register for the course, listen, again, I set this up so that we all can benefit information wise and make a couple dollars. It ain't gonna make you rich, but hey, put a couple dollars in your pocket. If you decide to register for the course, even if you don't decide to register for the course tonight, I said the first thing in the morning, look for the affiliate link. It's going to be We the People University /affiliate. If you can drop that in the comment section, I can't drop it in there, but or y'all write it down. We the People University /affiliate. Go there, become an affiliate. If you got a Facebook page, you just put in your link on the Facebook page, or you go and put it somewhere on the YouTube or whatever, your website. And if somebody registers, it pays you. You don't have to. You're doing nothing. You're sleeping in your bed, and if somebody clicks that link and registers, it sends you out a donation. So, if anything, download the free ebook, distribute it, man. It's free, man. Get the information.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go ahead and put this up as a banner here real quick. We need the People University.
It won't be up. I would say check it tomorrow morning because I'm still working on it right now. But it will probably tomorrow morning. It should be completed. We the People University /affiliate.
Yeah, is that it right there? WeThePeopleUniversity.com/affiliate.
Right. And to get the free ebook, it's just simply We the People University. It'll take you to the ebook. WeThePeopleUniversity.com. WeThePeopleUniversity.com.
All right. So there you have it, y'all. So there it is right there. WeThePeopleUniversity.com/affiliate. So we're gonna get ready to go ahead to close out. Abiyah, you can go ahead and get some final words, and then we'll end it there.
All right, man. Hey, listen, y'all go over to the We the People University. I know I'm giving y'all a lot of different things to do, but it's beneficial. I mean, it shouldn't be too many things that's going to deter you from your safety and your not being violated. Go over to We the People University, the YouTube channel. I have different videos on there where I'm just giving through, instructions. I've taken like different traffic stop videos telling you, hey, the police officer was wrong here. This is what happened. This was the right that was violated. This amendment was violated. And I'm teaching you even on that. So go get that information, man. Y'all definitely do so.
All right. And then we actually got one question. So this brother says, are the laws basically the same in like England?
I don't know all England's laws, and if you're referring to common law, bro, stick with they made the law here, Constitution, and whatever the law says, and the laws are going to vary state by state. All right, certain states may have slightly different laws. Okay, so I can't tell you what's going on in England. I don't live over there.
All right. We'll still download the ebook anyway, because I mean, we already know that America is an extension of it. So, it still might be somewhat the same. So just download it anyway, so that way you can, even if you got people that yeah.
Oh man, see that's unless he the England. What I'm teaching is the American Constitution. All right.
Ah, got you. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you about England because I don't know if what Constitution England works off of. I mean, you can always. We have people in other countries. I have people on the We the People University YouTube who are from England and also from Canada, and it was another country too. I think Germany, and they were downloading it just to know it. Who knows? I can't tell you what's the same over there. I don't live over there, but I would definitely say download it anyway. It's free. Even if you move to America one day, which I don't know why you would, but
Yeah, because we try to get up out of here. People want to come here. So so yeah. So even if you're not in the country, definitely just download it anyway, just so that way you can be informed, because there may be some parallels. Of course, you have to do your own investigations to kind of figure that out and everything. But yeah, definitely do your due diligence, download the free ebook, support the brother, support Israel, okay? Because this is why we need to this is how we're going to build our nation up, man. This is how we're going to come together. I know we fight a lot over doctrine and we got a lot of disagreements and everything, but when it comes down to the real causes, this is what we need to be coming together on. Okay.
Right.
So make sure, once again, download the free ebook, wethepeopleuniversity.com. Make sure you guys download the free ebook again. I know I keep saying it, but download the free ebook. If you can, become an affiliate, purchase the course, so that way you guys can be informed about how to deal with law enforcement. With that, I do want to thank the brother Abiyah for coming on, man, and giving us some time to be able to share this information. Definitely appreciate you, bro. And anytime you want to come back on, and give more information on it, you're more than welcome. You can just consider this your home, man. You can kick off your shoes, relax your feet, and come on in, and you can rock out with us over here on Debate Talk for You.
I appreciate it.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and be signing off here. The description, all the information is in the description in case you missed the live and you want to get the links. You guys can always have it there. All right. So with that, we'll be signing off. Bid you all a farewell. May Yahweh keep you and watch over you always. Shalom.
Shalom.